Hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Talk Savannah. I'd like to welcome Nick. I'll let you introduce yourself and what you do.
Oh my goodness, it's such an honor to be here with you on the Real Talk podcast, because we're going to get into Real Talk.
You intro that better than me.
I'm Alderman Nick Palumbo here from the city of Savannah. I'm the chairman of council, and I'm the executive director of Startup Savannah, which starts small businesses and entrepreneurs here in the Coastal Empire.
And we've been talking a lot about this over the next few months. We have different business owners on here, but specifically this episode, I would like to talk about, I think a lot of realtors are going to be interested in this, a lot of business owners, a lot of people moving here, opening up businesses, investing in real estate, investing whatever it might be. You have to get creative in Savannah when you're opening a business or even buying a property here because we have low inventory. So I'd like to talk about the Tide to Town.
Oh, Tide to Town, my favorite initiative here in the city of Savannah. It is one of the best things going. You may be familiar with like the Atlanta Beltline or some of the other trail networks that we have. Even the Spanish Moss Trail, I think, is in Beaufort, which is beautiful, but ours is Tide to Town, and I think it's the best trail network. 30 miles.
30 miles. So I think specifically as a realtor and a business owner, I have two, perspectives here. I have two ways I can come at this. What I like about it is it's opening up parts of the city the trail is going to be opening up parts of the city to tourists and to visitors that they wouldn't go there. So now this is opening up an opportunity for those to open up businesses or purchase properties there, just like the Beltline did. I'm more familiar with the Beltline in Atlanta, just like the Beltline did in Atlanta. So I think we'll have the map connected to the show notes. So if anybody wants to go in after, just go to our show notes, hit us up, we'll send you the map. But let's talk about let's have our starting point downtown, because that's where the tourists come in.
That's right.
So from a business standpoint, I want to hear where this trail is going to go downtown, because it might in the future be beneficial to have a business off of that trail.
Oh, that's right. And this trail is almost 100% funded by visitor spending. So city council raised hotel motel tax to generate new dollars. And this is tourism product development. We want residents and visitors to be able to use this. Okay. And it's 30 miles comprehensively throughout the city. So we'll kind of do a walk and talk visually.
Yeah, I think that's a good, and then we'll have the maps that you can connect the dots with.
So if you start right at City Hall, which goes right in front of, Tide to Town Trail will go right in front of City Hall on River Street. And you follow it east. And it's going to go through east of downtown and then over into East Savannah. So that it builds that connection. It's right next to Eastern Wharf.
Got it.
Which will come right through there. A lot of new development that's happening. And actually, there was a spur called the McQueen's Island Trail that will end up going out to Tybee someday.
Oh, that's cool.
It was damaged in Hurricane Matthew.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And it's the old rail trail, so that you'd be.
And what was the name of that trail?
So that one's called the McQueen's Island.
The McQueen's Island. So that potentially could be connected to the Tide to Town.
That's right. So if you bike, walk, ride, e-bike, scooter, this is your method to be able to get out there without having to contend with vehicles.
So potentially Tybee, but right now we're going through Eastern Wharf, and then from there it continues to go to the east part of town. Where does it start to circle?
That's right. So then after Eastern Wharf, it'll start to circle down south and then end up going through East Savannah, Gordonston, traveling further south, and inevitably it will get to Daffin Park, which is the next major park destination on the trail, following the Truman Linear Park Trail, or what we call the Truman Parkway, running parallel to those.
And what's another main street? Is it near Waters Avenue? If someone's looking to at real estate for a house, that will definitely change the area.
Oh yeah, right on B Road, around Whole Foods. There is the Police Memorial Trail, which will connect to there. And then link up really straight to Daffin Park. So B Road area, Carey Street.
That's pretty awesome. So you're going through River Street towards the area to Eastern Wharf. I want to repeat because I want people to understand how cool this trail is. So sorry if I'm being redundant.
No,
but
go ahead.
So we're going through Eastern Wharf. That has grown massively in the last 5 years. Now we're going through B Road, which there's not a lot there, but it goes straight to Daffin Park. Daffin Park is could be a bigger tourist attraction. I think now it's mostly like locals, and because of Savannah bananas, that's when they go there. But I think the tourists would go there more, and instead of choosing just Forsyth, now that there's going to be a trail.
Well, Daffin Park is a much larger park. It's
Right.
it's 1.5 mile perimeter.
It's connected to the Savannah Bananas.
That's right. And the city of Savannah is constructing $1 million playground right now.
I did not know that. At Daffin Park?
At Daffin Park,
Okay.
the western end.
playground,
So
wow.
it'll have a splash pad, restrooms, a spot for a restaurant, and it's all inclusive from K through 12, children of all abilities. So it'll be the first all-inclusive playground in the city of Savannah.
That's amazing. And maybe a spot for a possible restaurant.
That's right. Spot for a restaurant. They're still
and
deciding.
what is the timeline? Well, I mean, it'd be rent, commercial rent they would get. That would be awesome. Collins Quarter did that at Forsyth. So
That's right.
we'll see. So what is the timeline? Do you know? Is that like a new thing, or do they have any ETA on the Daffin Park $1 million park?
So we'll be finished by December of 2025. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Hey, but that's not. I was
You know.
thinking 5 years out. So I'm really pleased with that timeline, even if it does go over. Time flies.
They're staging equipment right
Okay.
now, and then there's going to be a bump and jump zone for little toddlers, all the way to a playhouse for kids to be able to put on stage productions. I mean, this is a all-inclusive playground.
Wow, that's really going to change Daffin Park in a big, huge way, in a positive way.
And right across the street from Blessed Sacrament School. So during the week, those kids will be able to use it, and kids from children.
So
of all
as a
ages.
realtor, I want you guys to reconsider Waters Avenue and the streets surrounding that when you go to purchase an investment property. That's going to be huge for that area.
Oh, it will be huge. It's a destination park. I think it's going to be the envy of the city and really the
That's really
region.
cool.
That no playground has ever existed like this one to this scale and to this degree.
Look at Savannah. I'm proud of it.
So yes.
Oh, Savannah. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so now we're in Daffin Park. We're going to have $1 million park. That's to consider that area. Those who are looking to move here, purchase property here, when you're moving here with children, that's a huge plus to have.
Yes.
To have an attraction like that. Okay, so we're going through Daffin Park. What's next?
So if you're going through Daffin Park, then you're going to go further south, Police Memorial Trail behind Whole Foods. And then really you're going to pick up again to get to Jenkins High School. The brand new Jenkins High School will be connected to Tied to Town. Memorial Hospital will be connected to it as well.
So it doesn't quite go to Bonaventure. It kind of stops at Daffin.
That's right. And then goes further south to, Jenkins, Memorial Hospital, and then really picks up at Bacon Park. Bacon Park, and then further south to Magnolia Park. Those neighborhoods are easily accessible. And that's when the Truman Linear Park Trail really activates. That's
because
finished.
that's currently being used, right?
That's right.
Okay.
So the Bacon Park neighborhoods.
So it's just connecting the Tied to Town to that area that's currently, there's a path there right now. That's where it started. Isn't that where they broke ground for it? Man, I know more than I think I know.
Yes, you got it. You got it. So, and then it picks up, it goes all the way down to Lake Mayer. So the Scarborough Sports Complex, Jennifer Ross Soccer Complex, the Aquatic Center. So even the Bacon Park tennis courts, pickleball courts, like all of these recreation activities are all linked together by this trail.
That's amazing.
So that
no more driving there to park. You could take your bike.
Take your bike.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And you can get there faster on bike than even driving.
I remember you told me that before. So bicycle is faster. We all have. The traffic's getting terrible, which was what the issue was in Atlanta. Now the Beltline helps with their traffic. You can get on a bike, which is much healthier. I love this. I love this for Savannah. And I love that it's connecting these little these beautiful parks and these little attractions that the locals enjoy so much. And now people who visit have a direct path to take them all around and explore all that Savannah has to offer. And again, if you're investing in real estate in Savannah, knowing this path, these neighborhoods that aren't sought after now for, that are still in a very affordable price point or price range, you can now consider investing in that home either to live or as a rental property, whatever the case may be, because now you know what's happening around it. Or you can wait till the last minute when the prices
That's right.
catch back up. It's up to you.
Well, and after it's finished, you'll see a bump in property values. I mean, for the amenity, the connection to other parks and resources. And we're even seeing proposals now being built and proposed to City Council of commercial developments fronting the trail. So small and local businesses that'll cater to trail riders, which have some extra income that's out there. And it's wonderful to make the healthy choice the easy choice.
Right.
You know, to be able to get outside, exercise, and enjoy everything that the city has to offer.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think this is going to be good. And it's also, if you have a business idea, if you're creative, I know I have a slew of business owners, if they hear about this trail and there is some commercial property off the beaten trail, they can potentially open a cafe, a coffee shop, you can look at the path and see what's needed. I know sometimes with commercial, it's like you got to wait till it gets there closer to it and kind of feel out what's happening. But I don't know. I feel like coffee shops and bicycles mix well.
it brings the foot traffic to you.
Right.
You know, instead of having to find a commercial location where you're aching for that foot traffic, like Broughton Street, you know, that hundreds or thousands of visitors may be coming right by your destination place.
Right. And what's needed? The snow cone place, like, you know, there's a snow cone place kind of over there. But anyway, I'm just thinking like a little popsicle stand, like who knows, like it's endless with as this thing grows and as it gets more developed and as it finishes. And we see exactly, you know, with this map where it's going through, you can kind of get creative, which Missy and I are going to do this week. We're actually going to ride the trail. Today, the weather kind of got in our way, but we're going to ride the trail and spit out ideas. And I am a commercial realtor. It's my favorite. I do residential, but commercial is my favorite because I am a business owner. So I am going to have so much fun with coming up with ideas. And I have a slew of friends who own businesses in this town who I think will feel the exact same way. Okay, so we left off at Lake Mayer.
So we go from Lake Mayer, then you're going to go over across Montgomery Crossroads, right? And that's going to be an engineering challenge, but we're utilizing the canal network behind Mayfair to be able to get there. And then through a neighborhood called Paradise Park. So that square between the two destinations on that leg are Lake Mayer and Georgia Southern University.
Yeah.
And then you have one of my favorite neighborhoods, best kept secret in Savannah, is Paradise Park. It's south of Montgomery Crossroads, east of White Bluff. You have White Bluff Elementary School. You have the STEM Academy, which is a nationally recognized middle school.
Wow.
As well. And you have marshfront property there, mid-century modern homes.
So what I'm hearing is great school system. I did not know that about that middle school. What about the elementary and the high school in that area? Where is that?
Elementary is White Bluff, which is brand new, maybe 2 or 3 years old.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think the high school is Windsor Forest High School, which is under construction right now.
Okay.
And the STEM Academy is being proposed for new construction next year.
Okay. So that's really good to know. The city's pouring into the education in this area. The middle school's already nationally known. So
absolutely. And it's a destination school where people will leave, students will leave the private education system to go into this school.
So if you're a downtown person like myself, when my son was younger, he's 23 now, but when he was younger, this might have been a neighborhood I would have looked into because, you know, with the Tide to Town Trail, having a bicycle to still have access to do with your kids where you don't have to hop in a car and struggle with parking in some of the more, like the parks. And this is huge. This is huge. So if you're moving here or if you live in an area, you'd like to maybe change it up. Paradise Park,
yeah,
right?
Paradise Park.
And around this new Tide to Town Trail might be something to invest in because of the school systems being so good. So you still are in a good school district, but you also now because of the Tide to Town have access to just hop on a bike or jog to run to the other beautiful spots of Savannah. I'm really excited about this because I really feel like it was like Southside, Midtown, downtown, and that's where you lived, and there was no connection, and the tourists all come down here, and now like downtown's where you shop. Broughton Street's where all the shopping is because shopping has changed. Hey guys, maybe that will change with Tide to Town and retail and walk by. We'll have more boutiques and more small town. It's really expensive downtown for us.
Absolutely. And there's an incredible amount of investment right now happening around the Oglethorpe Mall. There's new apartments that are being built adjacent to it to help sustain it. New shops, restaurants that are coming up right there in Midtown. And then even in Paradise Park, the city of Savannah is looking at a major initiative next year or this year for the Savannah Mall. And reinvesting in the Savannah Mall and really being aggressive about being mixed-use development and building a new walkable space that's going to be beautiful.
There's a lot of of square footage there. There's a lot of acreage. So there's I love that they're doing that. And that's way out in the south side. So I wonder, I've never rode a bike from that far south.
We got to do it. Come on. It's
downtown.
A challenge.
Yeah, I know. Just to time it out. Like if there's a trail that's going straight there, you don't even have to think about what road to go on. It's just a trail that sends you there. It's 30 miles. Like I wonder how.
Come on.
I'm just going to get on a bike and go 30 miles
totally
soon so I can time it out.
Well, I think that you could make a day of it, that if you're
absolutely a healthy, good, fun day
that you could have a trail rider do the entire thing in a day,
yeah.
Or break it up, that you could stay in multiple locations all along the trail
exactly.
to come and enjoy it, and that it's going to link together our university. So it goes all the way down to Georgia Southern.
Yeah.
Loops around.
I play disc golf. I haven't in a while, but I play disc golf, and that's my favorite. The Armstrong, Georgia Southern campus disc golf.
Oh, and it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
It connects to, there's a trail on the backside of the campus that is going to directly connect to activate that, and then swing around to the hospital over at St. Joe's on the south side on Abercorn Street.
Okay.
And then that's when it kind of takes the turn and starts to travel north.
Okay.
So then it's going to go up near Hunter Army Airfield.
Okay.
Through around Liberty City. And then you're connecting to...
Wait, where is Liberty City?
So in West Savannah, we're looking at the map right now. So around Hunter Army Airfield to the west of Hunter, that it swings around, then through Cloverdale.
Okay.
As you're stretching further north, then to West Savannah, then you get to the Canal District in the arena, which is a major destination for the trail network as well.
And I know that Savannah Bee is a part of that. They're doing the beehives, and they're doing a lot. I remember speaking with the owner about that. So they're right across from the arena. So it's so funny when I was the realtor for Savannah Bee when they purchased that warehouse.
Really?
I was. And he didn't want it. It was his warehouse guy that wanted it. So this is just something about seeing something in the future that really fell in place for Savannah Bee, because there are other warehouses on Wilmington Island and is a destination tour. They do have a lot of tourists that'll specifically go out there to do the bee tours, but they're building an even better one along this canal, and but when they purchased that property, they had no idea. It was he was unsure. It was a lot of money, but he was like, I'm never going to find a warehouse this big. There's no square footage. And so they got really lucky, and I was so happy to be the realtor on that. And that was not even a part of the purchase. They needed the square footage. So how lucky is it that they ended up on that trail? The arena's there. And now that's another thing. I want to say this again. Think about where you invest, guys. There's also a ton of properties behind there that do not seem very desirable right now. It's kind of it's a weird no man's land. There's some weird stuff behind there. Not weird. It's just
it's in transition.
It's dead zone. Yeah. It's like there's some dead zone. Now the owners of the properties over there know what the heck is up. So you're not like, you might find a diamond in the rough, but the property values have not shot up yet if you go a little further back. So,
and you're right. Residents are very aware of, they saw this monumental investment, the largest public works project in the city's history to build this new arena, and recognizing what potential it's going to bring to the community.
Right.
So this is one where the community approached us and said, no, we want this investment here.
I like
we want
that
this,
the community said yes. That's awesome.
To really drive this home and bring opportunity to the community.
Right.
So new housing options, new retail, new commercial spaces, relocating major headquarters like Savannah Bee. I mean, that's all part of that big movement.
I didn't even know I was doing something cool. I was just selling a warehouse for square footage reasons.
Y'all did good.
Did really good. That was something to go on the books for me. That's something big and good that I did in the area that I'll continue to promote, that I, helped put a local company on the Tied to Town trail before I even knew it was coming.
And as it passes the arena, it actually picks up, and we've designed a Canal District Heritage Trail, which will be a special component of the trail that's going to have interpretive stops in different parks that are all along it. It's going to use that 1800s rail bridge off of Louisville Road as the overpass and connect straight to the Savannah Visitor Center. I
always thought it was so cool back there.
Oh, it's amazing. You're going to have the Roundhouse Museum.
I love that.
Tricentennial Park, Revolutionary War site. site, all of this really incredible opportunity that's there.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And SCAD's there.
So we're still on west. So how far west does it go? Does it go over the bridge, the Bay Street Bridge, or is it before that?
It comes before the Bay Street Viaduct over there, and then immediately connects through Louisville Road to Liberty Street.
Okay, got it. I'm connecting it now.
To connect that through, then over to MLK North to pick it up, and then it goes all the way down to Plant Riverside.
Right.
And then picks up right on River Street.
And then you can just circle around again.
That's it.
30 more miles.
That's it. Another 30 miles to go.
Go another 30. Make it 60.
One more again. Yeah, that's right. We'll do 2 next time. Yeah, we'll do 2.
Well, I am so happy that you came on and talked about the Tide to Town Trail. We have the map. If you have given up on real estate in Savannah and you think that there's nothing out there, I think this trail is really changing the game. If you just your first investment property, this is something good. There are opportunity zones, which I can fill you in on, which have put you in you pay a different tax with the opportunity zones. Reach out to me if you'd like information on that, because there are opportunity zones off the trail, which it's a whole long thing, but you pretty much get a tax break on, or tax incentive rather, on those spots. So the Tide to Trail, I'm so happy that we talked about it. If anyone has any questions, just go to the show notes, hit us up. We can have Nick on again and again. What I do love about Nick is he's a joyful city.
Oh, thank you.
Alderman. You don't always get, it's a hard job, and it's not the highest paying job in the world. City workers, teachers, like people who work, in these government positions and the city positions aren't always paid the best. So they might not always be the happiest because of what they deal with.
No, but you really have to love it. And for the chance to make a big difference in your community. I mean, we worked for years to be able to bring something like this to life. And it started in a kitchen table just like this one, where a group of friends and neighbors got together and said, why are we letting other communities have this? We don't have it yet.
I love that.
And how do we activate it here for the entire city to give back mobility, connecting to neighborhoods, being able to enjoy the outdoors, live a healthy lifestyle. And I think it's
refreshing and what I love about this episode and it's refreshing to hear that, people do care and that they are making moves to beautify the city and to connect dots that need to be connected to beautify and better the city for all, for residents, for business owners, for our health. Like, that's going to be so great to have a 30-mile trail to hop on a bike or jog and get out of the neighborhood that you live in. I just think that's awesome. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
We'll collect questions and hopefully have you back on again.
Come on, real talk. I want some really tough questions here too.
Okay, all right. Y'all heard them.
You got it.
It's challenge accepted.